All right, welcome to No Brainer MMA. We got a pay-per-view card ahead of us, looking very. I'm riding the hot streak in. Just went 7 of 8 on the Gon Rosenstrike card.
Yes, sir.
Things are looking good. I'll call the Montana De La Rosa and fight a push, even though that fence grab saved. That fence grab caused the draw. But who knows? Montana De La Rosa probably would have won that round. So I don't know. It's however you want to decide it. Montana De La Rosa showed a chin. Bueno Silva showed a fucking some killer knees and elbows. Montana De La Rosa was just like surviving. Crazy. But anyway, this is by far the best card of the year so far. I don't know if a card this year can top this card, top to bottom. The top is absolutely stacked and the bottom's absolutely stacked. I'm fucking super excited for it.
This could be like the best card of all time, honestly.
Literally, like this should have like this should
fights.
This should do 1 million buys. I feel like easy.
Yeah, this is gonna be nuts. I can't wait.
3 championship fights, and the other 2 on the main card are just bangers. You got Dominic Cruz on the undercard.
Yeah. You want to get into it, Dan?
Yeah, we'll get right into it.
All right. The first fight, Mario Bautista versus Trevin Jones. Mario Bautista is 2-1 in the UFC. He lost his debut to Corey Sandhagen, understandably, and since has gone on a 2-fight winning streak, defeating Miles Johns, who was a huge favorite.
Yeah, he hit him with that flying knee.
Yeah. Trevin Jones is coming off 1 no contest, and he's got 1 no contest.
Well, he technically did knock out Timur Valiev.
Yeah, well, it got overturned.
Yeah.
Jones absorbed 10 strikes per minute with 29% striking defense in his debut, even though he ended up getting the win.
I mean, he was fighting Timur Valiev. That guy is a volume striker, and he was piecing him up. And he took the fight on a couple days' notice. So
it showed. Mario Bautista has some really great high energy style of fighting. I think he'll be able to secure the decision win versus Jones, who's 6-5 when he's going to decision, and Bautista is 2-0. So I'm just gonna go with Bautista on this one. Close fight.
I'm gonna disagree. I'm gonna take Trevin Jones. He showed some power in this last fight. Did not see that coming. I know it got overturned.
Yeah,
but I could see Trevin Jones with like a good, nicer training camp for this fight coming in and knocking him out. So respectfully disagree on that one.
Yeah, that's good.
Trevin Jones is a stud though. And Mario Bautista could possibly be a stud in the future.
And Timur Valiev, also a stud.
Yeah. They're all in their 20s. They all got plenty of time.
Yeah, for sure. They're like making UFC debuts, which is crazy. And I guess we're gonna disagree on the first fight. Move on to the next one. Uros Medic versus Alan Cruz. Medic is coming off Contender Series KO, where he landed 32 out of 36 strikes and had 2 knockdowns while finishing the fight in 2 minutes. Absolute crazy performance. Alan Cruz got KO'd and totally dominated by Spike Carlyle a year ago and hasn't fought since. Cruz has a 7-inch reach advantage and is making his lightweight debut. Medic is only 1-0 at lightweight.
Guess what his nickname is?
Guess what is what?
His nickname is?
Lay it on me.
The Doctor.
I love it. Medic. He's the fucking...
The Doctor Medic.
Put the money on this guy. Medic has never been to decision, and I don't think he's gonna be going to decision either this weekend. I see Medic finishing this on the feet. Or Alan Cruz, getting fed to the wolves. But you know what?
I don't think Spike Carlyle's a wolf yet.
Oh, Spike. Yeah, Spike Carlyle. No, Spike Carlyle is he's got some heavy hands, some pretty like
he's a pup. He's a pup. He's got to grow.
Crazy striking. Yeah, after that last loss, he really showed. So if Spike Carlyle beat Alan Cruz like that, this Uros Medic guy is looking like the real deal. Total.
It could be bad for this guy.
Yeah. I could see an early KO.
Yeah, I got Medic all day.
Yeah, I like Medic a lot. Cool. Agreeing. We're 1-1. Agreeing on that one. And
So that'll
Livia
bring us in.
Souza versus Amanda Lemos. Take it away.
Yeah, Livia Souza versus Amanda Lemos. 14-2 for Souza and 8-1-1 for Lemos. Amandinha is coming off of 2 straight wins from Miranda Granger and Mizuki Inoue. He has a TKO loss on a UFC resume back in 2017 against Leslie Smith. But I think she's grown since then. She's 33 years old. That's something to keep an eye on. While Souza is 14-2, 29 years old, nicknamed the Brazilian Gangsta. I love it. She is 3-1 in the UFC with wins over Alex Chambers, Sarah Frota, and Ashley Yoder. I'm looking at the odds on this fight right now, and Amanda Lemos is a -225 favorite, which is pretty crazy. I'd say this fight is closer than the odds makers are making it out to be.
I agree.
The only lock I could put on this fight is I think it's going to go to a decision.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a really tough one. It's a strawweight fight. I don't think either of these ladies are. Well, we can see with Souza how she grows, but I don't know. I feel like there's a good chance Amanda Lemos just takes her down, controls her. But at the same time, I don't think those odds are really reflective on how close this fight is. Yeah, I'm gonna take Lemos by decision.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you, Dan. Lemos is 2-0 since dropping down 20 pounds to 115. Sousa's more of a grappler, and Lemos has some great grappling, and her stand-up is pretty good too. She's more well-rounded fighter. In three UFC fights, she has 100% takedown defense and hasn't been taken in. She has 100% takedown defense and 100% takedown accuracy. Within, I think, how many fights? 2 fights, 3 fights. In 3 UFC fights. I'm gonna go with Lemos in this one. I'm gonna say is probably gonna be grappling heavy.
Yeah, it's gonna be a more grappling heavy fight too.
Yeah, but Lemos has a decent striking. She really does. So
yeah.
And dropping down, she was big, like 135. She was big. She's gonna have the
all-rounded fighter, for sure.
She dropped down 2 weight classes.
Yeah,
that's fucking wild.
It is. But yeah, I think we're in agreement with Amanda Lemos taking that fight.
Yeah, I think she just everywhere the fight goes, she's better. So I'm going with Lemos.
All right, sounds good. All right, so next we got Sean Brady versus Jake Matthews, which is a very intriguing fight for me. It's probably my favorite on the early prelims. There's the early prelims, and the main card. But yeah, Sean Brady is one of the most intriguing UFC prospects right now. He's 28 years old with a 13-0 record. He's got 3 straight UFC victories over Court McGee, savvy veteran, Ismail Nordaev, and Christian Aguilera back in August. So he was 2-0 in 2020. He has 1 finish under that belt. He's versatile. He can choke you out. He can submit you. He can choke you out. He could punch you in the face and knock you out. That's what I meant to say. And then he's going against Jake Matthews, the Celtic kid, who's coming off of 3 straight wins himself over in the UFC over Diego Sanchez, Emil Weber-Meek, and Rostam Akman. This fight, I think, is going to showcase whether or not the Sean Brady hype train is real. And I feel like that's all there is to say. I'm on the Sean Brady hype train, and I think he gets it done.
Yeah,
probably a unanimous decision. Maybe he submits Jake Matthews. Who knows? But I think Sean Brady gets it done.
Yeah, this is really tough fight. It's 3 fights in. It's already like really tough decisions. But Jake Matthews has a 17-4 record, 10-4 in the UFC. Somehow still only 26 years old. and has the reach and leg reach advantage. He's fighting Sean Brady, 13-0, 3-0 in the UFC. Both guys, like, honestly, haven't really been fighting the best competition in their last 3 win streaks, right?
Yeah,
They're not. It's not. It's like Diego Sanchez, and what was the other one? It was like
Court McGee.
Court McGee. Yeah, exactly. Like these guys are out of their prime. Um, but still, it's just the name value. Brady has gotten at least 2 takedowns in all of his UFC wins, but Jake Matthews hasn't been taken down his last 6 fights. This fight's
Yeah,
very close.
I think Brady's a different animal though.
It could be. It could, but Jake Matthews is no slouch, man.
He's no slouch. That's what I'm saying. It's like this is a big fight for him. If he could get past Jake Matthews and do it impressively, Sean Brady is really becoming. Oh, this guy's a prospect.
Yeah, this fight is very close. I'm not going to be betting on it. I'm going to go with Jake Matthews. Veteran experience. He's got great striking, great grappling. If he
Solid
can,
underdog pick, but I'm on the Sean Brady hype train. So
yeah, I get it. He looks good.
Gets thrown.
I mean, like, what do you have the odds on this?
-210 for Sean Brady.
It's too much.
He's at least a 2-1 favorite. Sean Brady's at least a 2-1 favorite.
Yeah.
The odds makers are looking at him as a pretty big prospect. That means.
Yeah, that's kind of wild because it's kind of disrespectful to Sean Brady. I mean, Jake Matthews.
Yeah. I just think Sean Brady's just gonna be a really tough fight for him. He's gonna be relentless.
If he can fight the takedowns, though, like I said, that's the key. Like, probably do whatever you got to do to fight his takedowns because that's where Brady loves to take the fight to the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna split on this one. You want the next one then, or you want me?
You got it.
All right, the next fight, Carlos Ulberg versus Kennedy Nzukwu. Ulberg is fighting at a city kickboxing and has a 3-0 MMA record, but he's a veteran kickboxer. He's fighting Kennedy Nzukwu, who's 7-1 and 3-1, counting 2 Contender Series wins. He has a 6-inch reach advantage. Both guys are really great strikers, with neither having a submission victory. Ulberg's kickboxing is top level, though. I think he'll have the advantage on the feet, where the fight is definitely going to stay. And yeah, where it's most likely going to take place is going to be on the feet. So I'll take Ulberg.
I'm gonna take Ulberg as well. Even though I really do like Kennedy Nzukwu, I'm not even gonna pronounce it. Nzukwu. He's shown like they're both strikers.
They're both high level strikers for sure.
Yeah, it's just I think that Carlos Ulberg, Undercity kickboxing with that extensive technical kickboxing background, probably a big training partner of the headliner of this card, Israel Adesanya.
I got a story about that real quick too. Carlos Ulberg and Israel Adesanya both fought in the same tournament where they both won 3 fights in one night and took home the belt in that division.
Wow.
Yeah. So he's the real deal.
Yeah. I'm gonna take Mr. Marvelous Carlos Ulberg in this fight, probably either by decision or TKO.
All right, we're going Mr. Marvelous.
Mr. Marvelous all day.
All right, you got the next one, Dan?
Yes. Let me see what it is.
Tim Elliott versus Jordan Espinoza.
Yeah, this one's an interesting one. It's kind of
this might be the worst worst fight on the card.
Yeah, it's a fight. This is the fight I'm least looking forward to. Actually, I don't know why it's so high. Jordan Espinoza is a slight favorite, and I could see why. But like Tim Elliott, 34. He's lost 3 of his last 4 fights. I mean, albeit to Davison Figueiredo, Oscar Oskarov, and Brandon Royval.
The best guys in the division. The 3 best guys.
3 of the best.
Arguably.
Yeah. I mean, you got.
I think that's the 3 best, or close
Is
to
that
it.
including Cody Garbrandt?
No, it's not. Put Cody in front of him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All right.
Maybe
Anyway,
5, top 5.
and Brandon Moreno. I would.
Oh yeah, fuck it, maybe yeah, top 5.
Yeah. So anyway, Tim Elliott. Yeah, this is just like not a fight that I'm looking forward to that much. They
I
both
mean,
had wins.
I
They
think
both
it's gonna
lost
be
3 of their last 4.
Yeah.
Espinosa's been finished in 2 of the last 4.
Mm-hmm.
Both by submission by Matt Schnell and Alex Perez. Tim Elliott, on the other hand, got submitted also in 20. Actually, lost 2 of his last 4 by submission.
Yeah.
So this is a really tough one. I'm gonna say stay away from this with literally every single ounce of your strength. Stay away from this fight. But if you put a gun to my head, I guess Tim Elliott wins out of UFC grit and experience. He finds a way to find a crafty victory in it.
Yeah, both guys, you got to give it to them. They're fighting high level competition. Espinosa's got a 3.5-inch reach advantage. Espinosa has been prone to getting submitted. He has those 2 first-round submission losses in the UFC. 6 out of Elliott's last 8 wins have come by decision. Elliott was able to take down Brandon Royval 4 times and Askar Askarov 3 times, and even Figgy once in their fight. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Elliott. Not confidently at all, though.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, totally.
Not a good one. Not a fun one to gauge.
Nah. All right, so we're gonna move on. We're agreeing. Tim Elliott. I can't believe we're saying that. Next one, Kai Kara France. Is this me or you? Kai Kara France versus Rogerio Bontorin.
Yes, sir.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, Bontorin's 3-1 in the UFC and is coming off a loss a year ago from Ray Borg, where he was taken down 10 times and only landed 9 strikes. He's taken on Kai Kara France, who's 4-2 in the UFC, with losses coming from Brandon Moreno and Brandon Royval, 2 guys that are high level at 125. He trained in City Kickboxing, and it shows. He's got 90% takedown defense. I think Kai Kara France keeps his fight on the feet, gets a decision victory. He's gone to decision 5 his last 6, so I'm going Kai Kara France.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you. Looking at Rogerio Bontorin's record, at first I was like, damn, 16-2, that's pretty damn good. And then I was looking through his record and I was like, this is padded as shit. And it's the second he fought.
He almost fooled you.
Yeah, he almost fooled me. Then I see the Ray Borg fight.
Dude, like 10 takedowns from Ray Borg, and then Ray Borg gets his fucking ass kicked by
everybody.
Everybody. Yeah, but no, Ray Borg got his ass recently by the Ricky Simone. No, Ricky Simone took him down like a shitload. Like unbelievable. And you saw how like bad Ray Borg actually was, like against high level wrestlers. So yeah, I think Kai Kara France got this, man.
Kai Kara France all day, City Kickboxing all day.
This is like one of my lock.
No, the next one's gonna be a lock. But
okay. I was gonna say this one. I'm kind of confident in this.
I'm confident in this one as well.
Yeah, I like this. I like Kai Kara France.
I do too.
Yeah. So right into the next one. Joe Benavidez versus Askar Askarov.
Yeah. This is the tale of the UFC feeding. I've been mentioning it on Twitter. I've been mentioning it on this podcast. The UFC likes taking big names that are falling out of their prime and then putting them against an absolute stud that is not a good match for them. And that's what the UFC is doing right here with this Joseph Benavidez versus Askar Askarov. I think Joseph Benavidez, it's maybe time to hang him up. He's definitely got nothing to be ashamed of. He's had a great MMA career. He fell short of the title. I get it. But he's 36 years old. You age quicker in those lower divisions. And he's coming off of 2 brutal fights against Davis and Figueiredo. He was just brutalized in those. Oscar Oskarov, on the other hand, is one of the tougher high-level guys in the 125-pound division. And I think the UFC is lining him up for a title shot in the near future. He has wins over. He has a draw against Brandon Moreno, who just took the champ to an absolute barn burner of a fight.
In his UFC debut.
Tim Elliott and Alexandre Pantoja. The odds are pretty even on this, but I am very confident in Oscar Oskarov in this. So Oscar Oskarov all day. He's just gonna dominate.
Yeah, I'm gonna give a case for Joe Benavidez. But Askar Askarov is the real deal. You are right. He is only 12-0-1. Early on in his career. He's got a BJJ purple belt, Master of Sports in freestyle wrestling and combat sambo. Joe Benavidez, you can't blame him for losing those back-to-back fights.
I'm curious to see how much damage was taken there.
Yeah.
Is he complete? Did that take is he done?
I don't think he is. Before that, he was on a 3-fight winning streak against high-level competition at 125.
Jose Flamiga got cut from the UFC recently.
Oh, did he get cut?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
He's one of the old guys that got cut. But he was still stellar, dude, no? Up until he left. He was a UFC vet for a long time. But
he lost his last 3 in a row.
Yeah, I feel like just Joe Benavidez kind of got written off after those back-to-back losses by possibly the greatest flyweight of all time.
He was never able, and he was the best flyweight of all time is Mighty Mouse. Let's be real here.
There's an art. Debatable. It's
I mean, Mighty Mouse had one of the longest title reigns of all time. This guy's already fought to a draw, so I'll say that. And I don't know what happens in that Garbrandt fight when you get 2 heavy hitters like that. So he came short against Figueiredo, and he came short against Mighty Mouse. And Mighty Mouse knocked him out in the second fight. So I think Joseph Benavidez is always good against guys at this level. But can't take the step up to be champion. It's been, I feel like, maybe a mental block or something. He's got the skill set. It's just, I don't think he's there anymore. It's kind of similar to Eddie Wineland last week. He's going to have the skill set. I just don't know if he's got the chin or the ability to stop maybe Oscar Oskarov taking him down. Oscar Oskarov might just trade with him too. Who knows? We'll see how the fight plays out, but I got Oskarov all day.
Yeah, Joe Benavidez is a gamer. He knows how to win fights. 15-5 UFC record with losses only coming from 3 people. Figgy, Dominic Cruz at his peak. Oh no, 4 people, excuse me. Figgy, Dominic Cruz at his peak, Demetrius Johnson at his peak, and Sergio Pettis.
Mighty Mouse is still at his peak. He's just fighting at ONE FC. The UFC traded him because he wasn't marketable.
I think this is Benavidez' fight to lose. Yeah, like I said, Askar Askarov only 2-0-1 in the UFC, only 3 fights. Very early on in his career. I'm gonna go with experience on this one, and I can't. It's really tough for me to bet against Joe Benavidez, but Askarov has massive potential in the future.
Yeah, I think Askarov shows that potential now. He's 28 years old. He's in his prime. And Benavidez is out of his prime, I think. So I think Oscar Askarov, considering the odds that it's almost even between the two, is a lock. As a -120, only Oscar Askarov. Joseph Benavidez is a +100. Yeah.
This fight's close, dude. This fight's gonna go to decision for sure.
Unless Davison Figueiredo really knocked the chin off of Joseph Benavidez.
Askarov has in 3 UFC fights. He's gone to decision all 3. I'm gonna say this one's going to decision.
So that'll bring us into the next one. We got Kyler Phillips versus Song Yadong. My opinion, this is another. We have almost 3 locks in a row for me, honestly. Tyler Phillips is 8-1, and he's 2-0 in the UFC with wins over Gabriel Silva and Cameron Else. Song Yadong is an absolute stud, though. The Kung Fu Monkey, they like to call him. He's most recently, he beat Cheeto Vera back in May of 2020, then fought Cody Stamann to a draw and knocked out Alejandro Perez in his last 3 fights. And plus, Song Yadong's only 23 years old, fighting out of Team Alpha Male. Sky's the limit for this kid. This kid wants a ranking. Wants a number next to his name. So I see Song Yadong getting it done. I could see him finishing the fight too. No disrespect to Kyler Phillips, he just doesn't have the experience in the UFC, and I don't like. I think the skill that Song Yadong is shown to have is pretty damn good. So I got near lock Song Yadong versus Kyler Phillips. Song Yadong all day.
Yeah, Kyler Phillips is 3-0 in the UFC, but faced some really shitty competition. One of those guys that the UFC wants to do good so they can market the shit out of them. He's got a 3-inch reach advantage and the advantage in all striking categories. Yeah, but I agree with you, Dan. Song Yadong is just like a different beast, and he's dropping back down to bantamweight after going up and fighting Cheeto Vera at 145. This is too much.
Cheeto Vera was 135, I believe.
Nah, that was 145. This is too much.
Maybe they just didn't cut weight. It was a short notice bout or something. Because Cheeto Vera is a 130 is a bantamweight. I know Song Yadong has fought.
It was 145. Weird. This is too much too soon, I think, for the prospect. I'm going to agree with you.
You got the Kung Fu Monkey?
Is that his nickname?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Word. We can agree on that one.
Yeah. And we're going to move right into the next one. Dominic Cruz versus Casey Kenny.
Yeah.
I feel like this is another person I'm going to go with that like people are just kind of wrote off. I get he hasn't, Dominic Cruz I'm talking about, hasn't won since 2016, but only has fought one time. And it was against the champ. And that was after years of setbacks and tons of ring rust. He's taken on Casey Kenny, 6-2 in the UFC, Umbrella County Contender Series fights. And more recently coming off a close fight against Nathaniel Wood. Both guys win mostly by decision. Cruz has gone to decision in 10.
Kenny throws bombs, though.
Yeah. Cruz has gone to decision 10 out of his last 12 fights. And 7 out of 8 of Kenny's last fights have gone to decision. So I think this one for sure, if you want to bet a decision, you might want to bet a decision on. That might be a lock for this.
I mean, Cruz, you got to take recency. Cruz just got knocked out last year.
Yeah, the years a good enough time.
Do I think that Casey Kenny is triple C level? No, but do I think he hits like a Mack truck? Yes, I do. Even though he has the decisions, like look at his fight against Nathaniel Wood. He was throwing heat. That's one of the fights I watched last night. Yeah, I got Casey Kenny in this fight. It's hard to bet against him. He had a very active 2020. He was 3-1 with his only loss being to Merab Dvalishvili, who is a cardio / wrestling / MMA machine. And then he followed that up with a finish over Louis Smolka, and then that banger with Nathaniel Wood. And he also has a win over Haile Alongtang in there. I think this is another case of the UFC setting up a young prospect, fighting a bigger name. Dominic Cruz is obviously on the tail end of his career. He could pull this off, but I don't really see it. I got Casey Kenny in this one, and I'm pretty confident in it as well.
You're talking about the Merab Dvalishvili fight. Merab was able to take Kenny down 12 times. I think if Cruz wants to win this, especially because I think it's going to decision, I think he's going to want to, use some of that wrestling. He does average 3 takedowns per 15 minutes, so 1 takedown per round.
Yeah, but he doesn't really stay on top. He's mostly a stand-up fighter, Dominic Cruz. And I don't think Dominic Cruz is anywhere near the wrestler that Merab Dvalishvili is.
No, I'm not saying that, but 12 times, maybe instead of 12, make it 4 or make it 3 and then take him down once a round. You win every round. There you go. So I'm going to go,
The Dominator?
yeah, the Dominator.
All right, so we're split on that one. I got Casey Kenny. You got Dominic Cruz.
Yeah, and we're going to move on right into the next one. Thiago Santos first.
Main card time.
Yeah, seriously.
2 fights, and then we get to the championship bouts. Then we can really start talking. Let's go.
Yeah.
Thiago Santos, well, is an absolute stud. Can't deny that. But he is 37 years old. Coming off of 2 losses. He's coming off of the loss to John Jones and Glover Teixeira. Glover Teixeira has that career resurgence recently, we've all seen. But before that, Thiago Santos knocked out the champ, Jan Blachowicz. He knocked out Jimmy Manuwa, who's an absolute stud. And he beat Eric Anders, Kevin Holland. That was at middleweight, I believe. But yeah, this is a close fight to call. Alexander Rakic is rising while Thiago Santos seems to be dropping. This is going to be a stand-up fight. Racic's only loss in his UFC tenure is to Volkan Ozdemir, who is a tough matchup against anybody. I mean, guys fought for the title before, so he's definitely no slouch. He had a pretty dominant decision win over Anthony Smith. They actually both have knockout wins over Jimmy Manuwa. He has a knockout win over Devin Clark. This is a battle between 2 hard-hitting light heavyweights. This fight I really would want to stay away from because either fighter has a chance to get caught. But I think Thiago Santos has one big run left in him. And if he's going to take that run, he's got to do it now. So he's got to beat Rakic, but is he good enough to beat Rakic is the question. Rakic is a slight favorite in this fight. I'm seeing about minus 150, but this is a fight I wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole. It's a fight I would just enjoy, kick off the main card, chill out, don't have to worry about your bets. Fucking just watch this fight because it's going to be this will either be a quick knockout or fight of the night. I think performance of the night or fight of the night, because they always do multiple performance of the nights. This might be a performance of the night type of fight for whoever wins this.
Yeah,
I'll do that. I'll say they'll do it in devastating fashion.
Yeah, for sure. Rakic is younger, taller, longer reach, longer leg reach. 13-2 MMA record, 5-1 in the UFC. Thiago Santos, 21-8 record, 13-7 in the UFC. Thiago has understandably lost his last 2 to John Jones and Glover Teixeira.
Or both of his ACLs in that fight.
Yeah, very
He
tough.
still took John Jones to a split decision.
Yeah, tough losses, really tough losses. Both guys win mostly by KO. Santos winning by 71% and Rakic winning by 69%.
I think you got to look at Thiago Santos since he's become a light heavyweight, though. You can't take his middleweight credentials.
Yeah,
and move. You got to take his light heavyweight credentials because he became a whole new beast at light heavyweight. I mean, he knocked out Jan Blachowicz. Like that's the champ headlining this card.
Yeah,
against the other champ who's gonna knock him out too. A little spoiler warning for you guys, whom I got, but. Yeah, this is a tough one, but keep going.
Yeah, Santos, he's had a rough lineup recently, and the lineup isn't getting much easier. I think Santos will be able to get back on track, but yeah, this is going to be a technical dogfight, and I wouldn't blink because I think it's going to be over quick.
Like, don't stand up and go grab fucking food in your pantry.
Yeah.
Like any time during this fight. Wait in between rounds, if anything. It even goes that long.
Starting this fight off is just sick, and I also
fireworks to start off the card.
Next fight too is also I just love the matchup. You want to get into it? We're gonna agree on that one. Thiago Santos.
Yes, sir. All day.
All right. So next is
actually no. I'm gonna take Rakic.
Oh, you switched?
Yeah, I switched.
Okay.
I hate to say it, but I got Rakic. He's just a little younger. I feel like he's a little hungrier. I don't know.
All right, so we're split on that one. Santos, Rakic.
But I'm very unconfident in that pick, and it could definitely go either way. So
heavy
I'm taking Rakic if you put a gun to my head, but my advice to you guys watching, stay away from it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's and anything
And
could.
I wouldn't say that about very many fights. I usually have 3 or 4 say, "Don't touch this," but this one, this is maybe the first or second one I've said on this card, "Stay away from it." And the other ones, I'm not. Actually, I have one more stay away from, but we'll get to that down the line.
All right, so we're gonna move right into the next one: Islam Makhachev versus Drew Dober. Makachev's 18-1 in the in 18-1 MMA record, 7-1 in the UFC. In eight, what
They're calling him the new Khabib.
they're calling him the new Khabib. In 8 UFC fights, he absorbs less than 1 strike a minute. Think about that for a second.
It's very impressive.
8 UFC, no one less than one. It was like 0.75 strikes he absorbs.
Yeah, and the only loss he has in the UFC is when he got caught for like 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
When he was 24, 23 years old.
He has 93% takedown defense and averages 1 takedown per round because that's all he needs. You don't get up. He takes you down, you're going to be on the ground. You're not getting up after that.
He reminds me of Khabib.
He does. Very similar.
Has translated for him, which is awesome. I love how Khabib came into the UFC, didn't speak a lick of English really, and then had a translator, and now he's there translating for people. Khabib is just like, he is so transcendent in everything he does. I am just the biggest possible fan of Khabib. You are just killing it. Habib, I doubt you're watching this, but I fucking love you, man.
You're talking about similarities between the two. Makhachev, the way he isolates someone's legs so they can't get up is.
I was about to say the Dagestan leg pin, like they pin the legs down. You're not getting up. How he did that to Conor McGregor in the first round. He's like, no, you're not getting up. I am putting my weight on your fucking legs, and you are not getting up.
Yeah, they like isolate the one leg and they lock it up, and you're not going to get up with one leg, so that's all they need. But he's taking on Drew Dober, 23-9 MMA, 9-5 in the UFC. Dober is on a 3-fight winning streak, all by KO. I just love watching Drew Dober fight. Like, he's just going to go out there and he's going to throw fucking bombs.
Exactly.
And I respect him for it. And he's not going to win all of them, but all of them are probably going to be good fights.
Yeah. Makhachev, I also want to throw in, has high level striking as well. He doesn't like, how Khabib, like at first when he came into the UFC, his striking wasn't that high level. Makhachev has that high level striking ability. He could stand with Drew Dober, but he's going to take the fight to the ground, and I think he finishes it there. And the minus 350 favorite definitely shows that they want, like, Makhachev it's his fight to lose. Makhachev's got this all day.
Yeah, Makhachev has the advantage in every single category, counting physical stats, except for strikes landed per minute. I think this fight is going to be one of the more one-sided fights on the main card. That being said, the one time that Islam Makhachev lost, like you said, was an early first round KO. So, anything could happen, but I think this is one of the more one-sided fights on the main card, and I'm going to go Islam Makhachev.
It's hard not to. He's a minus 350 favorite for a reason.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Makhachev all day.
All right, cool. So we're going to agree on that one. And right into our first championship bout, Peter Yan versus Aljo Sterling.
Yeah, interesting fight.
Very tough.
Out of all 3 championship fights on this card, this is the one that is just, I don't know.
I debated this one the longest, for sure. When I was writing it, still, seriously. Peter Yan, the champ, 15-1 MMA record, 7-0 in the UFC, riding a 10-fight winning streak. He's taken on Aljamain Sterling, 19-3 record, 11-3 in the UFC, riding a 5-fight winning streak, and has a 4-inch reach advantage. Yan has never been finished and averages 6 strikes per minute and only absorbs 3 with 88% takedown defense. Sterling definitely has the better facing the better competition as of recent, like absolute monsters at 135. But I think Yan is just a freak, and he might not have the better resume, but I think he's the better fighter right now. I think this could be similar to when Aljo fought Marlon Moraes and got hurt early.
He got caught by that knee. That was like a lucky knee in my opinion.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, when he hurt
It was
him,
a minute into the fight, and he got caught with a knee while he was shooting or something.
that's what I said. He hurt him early and was able to finish the fight by
I think
KO.
it was
But
one knee. He was out cold.
that, all right. Yeah. Um.
But yeah, that's going back fucking 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, about 3 years and a couple months. Like ever since he's been Aljamain Sterling's been on a tear, beating Brett Johns, Cody Stamann, Jimmy Rivera, Pedro Munoz, and Corey Sandhagen, finishing Corey Sandhagen in a minute and a half, taking him going to take him down, grabbing the back and securing the rear naked choke at UFC 250 and just choking him out. And look at what Sandhagen's been doing. Aljo's deserved this shot, and he really his path to victory is obviously wrestling. He has a great wrestling game. But at the same time, Peter Yan has just got killer stand up. If Aljamain, when the fight's standing, I'm gonna be scared for Aljamain. Put it that way. I'm gonna take Aljamain Sterling. It could be more heart over brain. I don't give a fuck. I got Aljamain Sterling in this fight. He's gonna win it by decision. He's gonna be able to take Peter Yan down. He might have to deal with some heavy punches or an uppercut or two when he goes and shoots, or some knees. But I think that the Funk Master becomes champ. Long Island strong.
All right.
Thoughts? Your prediction?
I already did my prediction.
Oh, you took Jan?
Yep.
Method of victory?
Yeah. Like I said, I think an early KO.
All right. Oh yeah, you said it's going similar to the Mariah's fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Jan's so good. That's why this fight's so tough. But Aljo's also really good. Like Aljo's a top 3 bantamweight alive.
It might be like a similar situation to Joe Benavidez, always being the guy that's one up, the runner up. And
yeah, I mean, I think the top 3 in order are Jan, Aljamain Sterling, and Corey Sandhagen in that order, because obviously Sterling fought Sandhagen in the number 1 contenders in a title eliminator and beat him. So
yeah, I think the 2 best people at 135 are fighting right now for sure. I think this is really for the belt. You know what I mean? This is
be a tough one.
Like, not like our next fight where it's completely one-sided and like we know who's gonna win and like it doesn't really matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna disagree on this one. I'm going Peter Yan. Dan's going Aljo Sterling, and we're gonna move right into the next one. Amanda Nunez versus Megan Anderson. Yeah, excuse me. At 145 for the featherweight title.
Yeah. Megan Anderson is coming off of 2 wins in a row versus Zara Farn and Norma Dumont. She has a KO win over Norma Dumont, so she's got some power on her hands too. She's 6 foot tall. So she's got a 4-inch height advantage on Amanda Nunes and a 3-inch reach advantage. That being said, that is about all she has going for her in this fight. She's durable too.
Yeah.
I don't think Amanda Nunes is going to go knock her out in the first round. So whatever the over is, I'm going to take the over, and I'm going to say Amanda Nunes takes a convincingly one-sided unanimous decision in this fight.
Yeah.
It's not a surprise. I'm definitely taking Nunes all day. But my prediction is she doesn't get the finish. She didn't finish Felicia Spencer at 145 either. She finishes people at 135 relatively easily. Jermaine Durandamy as an exception. She gassed out in that fight and still just willed her way to victory with takedowns. But yeah, Amanda Nunes, the lioness, the goat, female goat, either way goat you can call her.
Pound for pound goat, possibly.
Like pound for pound goat. Like, I don't care, man or woman. Like, who goes and defends 2 titles at once at the same time? Nobody but Amanda Nunes, and that's what she's doing right now. But Megan Anderson is a lot bigger and durable than some of these 135 pounders that she's fighting. Like I said, 6 foot tall with a 72-inch reach. That's better than a lot of featherweights, like male featherweights in the division. So yeah, I got Amanda Nunes by decision. I don't think she finishes it though.
Yeah, I can agree with that totally. Amanda Nunes is like a different type of.
Take the over. That if you're gonna bet on this fight, take the over. Don't just bet on the minus 1,200 that Amanda Nunes is gonna get or whatever the number is.
Right. It's kind of like crazy though, because Megan Anderson actually is a really good featherweight,
She's
and
great.
there's not a lot of good featherweights, and she's honestly top 3, top 2. Who's better? There's not many of them. There's like 5 fucking total of them. So the fact that it's so one sided, and we're seeing like 2 of the most high level UFC featherweight females, is kind of like, it's something's
They
not.
don't even have a ranking.
Yeah.
They don't even have a ranking system for the featherweights. It's so small. It's a division they created for Chris Cyborg, and then Amanda Nunes knocked Chris Cyborg into another dimension with her right hand.
Yeah, Nunez has the advantage at all striking and grappling stats. She
does. The only vulnerability of Amanda Nunes is her cardio. She does have a tendency to slow down later on in the fight. Example, Jermaine Durandamy. Amanda Nunes got rocked in the second or third round of that fight.
Still a unanimous.
Keep in mind, Jermaine Durandamy knocked out a man in a kickboxing fight. So Jermaine Durandamy is a hell of a striker and is now evened out her game into a complete mixed martial artist. But yeah, then Amanda Nunes was just like, fuck it, I'll use my wrestling. I got that. She stalled a little bit, but she secured the W. She was really tired because she rocked her enemy in the first round and put it all on her, and she gassed out. She's not going to make that mistake again. Again, Megan Anderson's very durable. And yeah, I would take the over. Amanda Nunes all day.
Yeah, I'm going to agree. This is probably lock for me. I don't think I gave a lock yet. I'm going to use my lock right here because this is what a
lock to ever have.
This is what a lock is meant for. This is a lock. This is the definition of a lock.
I agree.
Yeah. So we're going to move right into the next one. Dan, take it away.
All right, main event time. We got Israel Adesanya moving up from 185 to fight the Polish fucking powerhouse Jan Blachowicz. Israel Adesanya is a minus 265 favorite. I'm seeing minus 250 favorite, minus 2.5 favorite. Anyway, and he should be. He's just so well versed in the striking game. But on the other hand, Jan Blachowicz is on a hell of a run himself. Nobody, when he knocked out Luke, everybody was like, oh, they're just feeding Luke Rockhold to this guy who Luke Rockhold's going to knock out and, do whatever. He goes and knocks out Luke Rockhold out. Goes and fights Jacare, beats Jacare, albeit by a close split decision. Fights Corey Anderson, submits him in the first round. Goes against Dominic Reyes, knocks him out in the second round. So Jan Blachowicz is a Polish powerhouse and an absolute killer.
I saw a funny video of him. He's in a fucking pond that's frozen, and he's giving himself an ice bath, in the fucking tundra. It's wild.
He's out of his mind. Out of his mind in the greatest possible way. Yeah. I'm a fan of Jan Blachowicz. I think the odds should be more even than they are because it's kind of disrespecting Jan because he definitely has a shot to win this fight because of how powerful he is.
Yeah.
But Izzy's defensive striking is like Floyd Mayweather in the UFC. It's a question of, are you even going to be able to hit Izzy with those power punches? How Izzy will fare with those power punches is a discussion we can have right now. Also, is Izzy going to be able to take a big fucking power shot, left hook, or hard right hand from a heavy 205er, which is Jan Blachowicz? That question remains to be unanswered. But he did go and fight Yoel Romero, ate a left hand clean to the chin. Ate it, didn't seem to have a problem. Izzy's been knocked out before, but that was in kickboxing, and he hasn't been knocked out in years. I think he has a hell of a chin. He got rocked against Gastelum too. So yeah, I'm taking Israel Adesanya by TKO round 4. I'm seeing. I say he drops him in the championship round. He mostly picks him apart the first 2. 2 to 3 rounds. And then when Jan sees that he's been losing, he just lost the first 3 rounds, he might get a little aggressive. And that's when he's shown to be his most dangerous. When you go at him, expect some fucking counter punches to land with precision and like speed, precision, accuracy. I consider it some power. Like, Izzy doesn't have the biggest power in the world, no, but he's definitely got knockout power. So yeah, I see it being similar to the Costa fight, except it goes an extra round or 2.
Yeah. Jan hasn't been taken down or gotten a takedown since starting this win streak that he's been on. Totally changing his fight style. Just started throwing these crazy bombs instead of like wrestling. Israel's undefeated, 20-0 MMA, 9-0 in the UFC. The way Jan's been fighting recently without the grappling, I think he's gonna stick with it since it's been working. It's what's got him there. But that being said, if the fight stays on the feet, he's definitely gonna lose. Adesanya is a Muay Thai. He's a Muay Thai wizard. You know, he's just gonna pick him apart on the feet. If this was all part of Jan Blachowicz's master plan to get to this point, and then all of a sudden switch back to that wrestling heavy style, you know, there could be a chance of winning. Israel's closest fight in most recent history was Kelvin Gastelum, right, Dan?
Yes, but
and that was the last time Israel was taken down.
That was a 5-round stand-up fight, though. Like, I look at it, there was maybe one takedown in there. Like, it was a 5-round.
Gastelum it was the closest fight. He did take him down, but that's saying that
he knocked him down. I don't think he took him down.
No, there's a takedown. I'm looking at it, dude.
He got right back up then.
Dude, I do a lot of research.
How long was the control time on top? Less than 30 seconds?
Well, I didn't say anything about that, so I don't know.
It was less than 30 seconds. I watched that fight recently. Izzy got taken down, but he went right back up.
What fight are we looking at again? I gotta look it up.
Gastelum versus Adesanya.
Okay.
Control time on the ground, not against the fence.
1 minute and 21 seconds.
So Izzy can get back up. Izzy stuffs takedowns for a living now. Like, he's great at it, and you know he's working on it too.
Yeah, I was agreeing with you on that one.
Word. All right. Yeah, my bad to be hostile then. But yeah, I give same thing with the Rosenstrike fight of last week. The only way Jan Blachowicz wins is if he lands something flush and clean. I give him an MMA puncher's chance equivalent to about 25-30%. As he takes this fight 75 out of 100 times. 80 out of 100.
Yeah, I'm going to go Israel Adesanya. I think Jan's going to stay on the feet, and I think that's probably not going to be the best plan for him, but yeah. Israel.
Final thought. We're both in agreement Adesanya wins?
Yeah.
Okay, final thought. If Adesanya wins this fight and John Jones becomes heavyweight champion,
right?
Can you see Izzy moving up to heavyweight just to fight John Jones and then possibly becoming simultaneously 3 UFC title holders?
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
It's in the realm of possibility. That's all I'm saying.
It is in the realm. The realm is it's adjacent. It's realm adjacent.
Yeah.
You know, and it's there, but it's gonna take a fucking miracle and a half.
All John Jones needs to do is win the belt, and then Izzy will be like, "Fight me, pussy," and then they'll fight. That'd be a great card for like a huge stadium. Headliner, Israel Adesanya, middleweight and light heavyweight champion, going up against the baddest man on the planet, heavyweight champion John Jones. And then Izzy wins a third and then immediately vacates it and like, nah, I'm too small to be a heavyweight. I'm too skinny, bro. Then he drops it back down and just makes John Jones look bad. I can see it.
Dude, it's totally possible. Totally possible. You know, he's almost there for 2 out of the 3, so what the fuck?
He's favored by more than 2-1. So
this I cannot wait, dude, honestly. I'm just gonna kick back, relax. I might not even bet too much. I might just enjoy this one.
Yeah, this is a fight card that you're definitely buying.
Oh yeah, I'm
You're on
gonna.
the borderline. I don't know if I'm gonna buy this.
No, no, I'm not gonna stream this one because I'm not gonna risk having there be like having it shut down and I gotta find another one. I can't miss a second of this.
Yeah, it's gonna be absolutely bonkers.
Yeah, I can't believe like give some like this fight is so packed. Give some to last week's that had 9 fights total, and like
I mean, a bunch of the fights got fucked over last second.
I know it's just such a pain, and I really hope that doesn't happen this week. I hope they do something better because they know how big this fight card is. I hope maybe they have like stricter, COVID regulations or whatever. But because I need all these fights to happen, I can't have one of these fights getting canceled. That one fight is too much.
The only fight I would be okay with being canceled is maybe
that one, Tim Elliott.
the Tim Elliott one, because I don't give a fuck about that one.
Yeah,
that fight I'll go make food during.
Yeah, everyone else is almost like a contender. You know what I mean? Like is trending
or
up.
A prospect,
Yeah,
like
everyone is trending up except for that fight. That fight is just kind of like thrown in.
Trending up, or if not a top level name or contender.
Yeah.
I.e. Dominic Cruz and Thiago Santos.
They
might not be trending up, but they're up.
Yeah. Yeah, they're there. They've been there.
Yeah, let's see if I could go another pay-per-view undefeated.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm aiming for it.
Honestly, I cannot. I'm so pumped for this. I'm gonna watch every second of it. I've been missing the last couple of ones, and watching them after is just not the same. You don't get that. You know what I mean?
Ciryl Gane showed that I said heavyweight wonder boy, and then look at his performance.
Dude, did you see that shit on the screen? It both said they were 6'4". They're standing next to each other. What's his face? Ciryl Gane is like 3 inches taller. Like who is measuring these guys?
Yeah, I think Jairzinho is maybe like 6'1", and
and then Ciryl Gane is just a monster of him.
6'5", 255 pounds.
Yeah, he's just got, like I said, he just looks like he's like 3 people in one. Yeah. You know what I mean? Christ.
Crazy. That guy's got sky is the limit, especially now that he's got like a well-rounded game too.
And we saw his gas tank. And
I had no doubts about Ciryl Gane's gas tank going into that. I was like,
oh, me either.
Can keep this pace for 5 rounds.
Just went to a decision. He's fucking.
We had a comment saying, "Oh, Jairzinho knows what 5 rounds looks like."
So.
I don't think that matters when you're fighting fucking a guy like Ciryl Gane who's got that bounce. Heavyweight wonder boy, dude.
Dude, he is light on his feet.
He moves like he's literally like a 250-pound wonder boy. It's crazy.
Dude, it is nuts. God bless him.